Why does a brand new Ryzen 5 3600 get so hot? Let's look at a few things.
So here you can see the stock cooler set up with my obnoxious light on my camera. Everything's running okay. Then I started to test out the temperatures whenever I would render a video. Now 75 isn't terrible, but this render just started. Um, as you can see here, it's going up incrementally. It stops around, I would say, I don't remember exactly, probably 80, 81. Which is a little too warm for my liking. And this was a short test. This is a minute and a half, I believe, test. Whenever I did 5 and 10 minute test, it was closer to like 86, which is really hot. I know their max is 95, but I wanted to cool that down. So I got the Hyper 212 Evo for Cooler Master, and I put that on. So we'll see how that improves everything. You'll see a little bit of me putting it on as well, which is not fun. All right, see you.
All right, so I split up this 25 times because I'm incredibly slow at building things. But you could see there, but I took my stock cooler off, popped the black back plate off, which I didn't realize came off that easily. Now I'm installing these little like standoff things that screw into the new back plate that comes with the cooler. And then you screw on this like brace that goes on top of the aluminum heatsink in the cooler and clamps down to the board and then basically the back plate. But it doesn't clamp all that firmly, I can tell you that. And getting it on, and or I should say setting it on there is fine. Getting the braces to where they're in the right spot is kind of a pain, and you have to do this all while trying not to smush around any thermal paste. You'll see what I'm talking about here. They don't really keep it in place very well. It's good enough to where it's not going to move, but you can see me here torquing it a little bit, and it is moving. I don't know why exactly that is. The screws bottom out, so it's relying on the spring tension of those little arms that you see, which is not enough. I know they're probably afraid of people cracking their motherboards and whatnot, but it's just something to keep in mind. Here you can see the computer on, the fan spinning. It is a little noisy, but it really doesn't look bad. And you can see my idle temps in the BIOS there at 25 degrees Celsius. Alright folks, so I've been running a render test for, let's see here, it was originally 13 minutes, so we're at, give or take, 8 minutes in. And that's what we're at as far as temperature. 68 degrees, as opposed to, what was the other one, 82? And that's in a minute and a half, not in 8 minutes. So that's a substantial improvement. And you can, actually I will, out here. My clock speeds here. It must have been while I was working on some other project here on DaVinci Resolve, but 4.285 megahertz. That's kind of crazy. You can see that these guys are floating around the 4.1, pretty much pegged right around there, a little bit under, a little bit over. But this processor is only rated to boost up to 4.2, so that makes me quite happy that even just for a little tiny bit that it's getting there. That's quite nice. But you can see it's pretty much pegged at 68. It hasn't gone above that for 5 or 6 minutes. So yeah, I'm pretty satisfied with that. Any of you people that have Ryzen 5 3600s that are tired of the heat and you're worried about maybe your long-term reliability, I can certainly understand that. That's why I got this cooler. Yeah, it's another 35 bucks. oh man, the processor was already $200. Now I need to spend more on it, but it really ensures, not ensures, but helps the likelihood that your processor is going to last a lot longer, because at 82 or 83 degrees, I don't think, I mean, it may last quite a few years, but I doubt it's going to last as long sitting at less than 70 all the time. And I've actually checked it after playing games or during playing games for like Call of Duty and Destiny and what's another one? The new one here, Cyberpunk. I'm always under 70, usually around the 62 to 65 mark. But my GPU, because I got a sweet used dusty GTX 1050 in there, and that sucker gets warm. We're talking 75, 78 sometimes, but that's kind of the nature of the beast there. All right, you folks, decide for yourselves, but I think this is a win. All right, see ya.